In the year 1798, Napoleon invaded Egypt, and Sultan Selim III ordered troops from all over the Ottoman Empire to be sent to Egypt as reinforcements. One of these units, consisting of Ottoman soldiers dispatched from the Greek city of Kavala, included a man named Kavalali Muhammad Ali Pasha, who arrived in Cairo in 1799 as an ordinary soldier. However, he quickly rose to prominence and was promoted to command of irregular troops within 3 years. After evaluating the weakened administrative structure of Egypt following Napoleon's withdrawal in 1802 and the Ottoman Empire's declining strength in the region, Kavalali Muhammad subdued the Mamluk soldiers. Due to the turmoil caused by inciting the Mamluk soldiers against the Ottomans and vice versa, the Egyptian governor Suez Pasha found himself in a difficult situation and fled Egypt. Kavalali Muhammad Ali, with the great support of the Egyptian people, sent a message to Selim III indicating that he wanted to be the new governor of Egypt. Faced with this reality, Selim appointed him as the governor of Egypt in 1805, on the condition that he pay regular taxes and neutralize the Wahhabis who had seized the Hejaz. On the day he became governor, Kavalali declared, "I am aware that the Ottoman Empire is heading towards destruction day by day. I will build a vast kingdom on its ruins, from Cairo to Euphrates and Tigris." After Muhammad Ali Pasha became governor, his first priority was to cool internal unrest and political turmoil in Egypt. He accomplished this by eliminating the influence of the Mamluk lords, who had significant control over the region. In 1807, during the War of the Third Coalition in Europe, the British landed in Alexandria, Egypt, and clashed with the Ottoman Empire. However, Kavalali Muhammad Ali Pasha's strong army not only defended Egypt, but also sank nearly half of the British Navy ships. This victory strengthened Muhammad Ali Pasha's reputation, though Sultan Selim III was disturbed by his growing power in Egypt and appointed him as the governor of Thessaloniki. Muhammad Ali Pasha didn't accept these offers and instead continued to expand his power and gain respect in the Islamic world. In 1815, Sultan Mahmud II, who had ascended the Ottoman throne, was also disturbed by the Kavala dynasty's power in Egypt and appointed Muhammad Ali Pasha as the governor of Kavala. However, Muhammad Ali Pasha declined this offer as well. During this time, a Wahhabi uprising began in Hejaz, and Mahmud II assigned Muhammad Ali Pasha to suppress the rebellion. Muhammad Ali Pasha successfully subdued the uprising until 1818 and reclaimed Mecca and Medina under Ottoman rule. This victory further increased his strength and respect in the Islamic world. Muhammad Ali Pasha then set his sights on Sudan, which he saw as a valuable source of land, gold, and slaves. In 1820, he sent an army of 5,000 men, consisting of Turks, Albanians, and Bedouins, to Sana'a Sultanate. The operation was carried out during the season of the high water levels in the Nile, allowing the boats supplying the army to proceed. Areas where the boats couldn't advance were detonated and the river bed was expanded. This campaign was an indication of Muhammad Ali Pasha's military genius. By the end of the 1822, Egypt had captured all of the northern Sudan, and Muhammad Ali Pasha appointed his son Ismail as governor. However, Ismail's rule was marked by injustice and cruelty, and he drew great opposition from the Sudanese people. When a revolt broke out in 1823, Ismail lost his life in a fire that consumed his home. Muhammad Ali Pasha sent 10,000 reinforcements to Sudan to suppress the rebellion, resulting in the death of approximately 30,000 people and the enslavement of nearly 40,000 Sudanese people who were brought to Egypt. Muhammad Ali Pasha aimed to build a strong and independent Egypt, and for this reason he embarked on economic, military, and administrative reform movements. He nationalized all the lands in Egypt and improved irrigation with a canal opening from Nile to Alexandria. He led the cultivation of industrial crops such as cotton, opium, rice, sugar beet, and grain. He also established close relations with France, which led to the creation of new factories of yarn, cloth, sugar, olive oil, and alcohol, and ultimately resulted in a significant increase in Egypt's annual income. With some of this money, he built a modern army and navy under the control of French officers and technicians. Additionally, he sent many young people to Europe for education to gain knowledge in various fields and to learn about European industries. Under Muhammad Ali Pasha's rule, Egypt became a powerhouse that played important roles in the Eastern Mediterranean. In 1821, the Greek War of Independence broke out and the Ottoman army was unable to suppress the revolt. As a result, Mahmud II, the Ottoman Sultan, asked for help from the Egyptian governor Kabal Ali Muhammad Ali Pasha in 1824. Muhammad Ali Pasha had a well-trained, European-trained army and a strong navy, and agreed to help suppress the rebellion on the condition that he would be given the control of the Crete and the Peloponnese Governorates. From 1825, the Egyptian and Ottoman armies worked together to suppress the Peloponnese rebellion and were successful in a short amount of time. However, when the European states, led by England, declared war on Ottoman Empire, Kabal Ali Muhammad Ali realized that Greece would gain independence and agreed to withdraw his army to Egypt. The Ottoman Empire was left alone in the war and had to recognize the independence of Greece in the Peloponnese. Muhammad Ali's reputation increased after the Peloponnese campaign, but he began to deteriorate his relationship with the Ottoman Empire by making treaties with European states like an independent ruler. During the Ottoman-Russian War of 1828-1829, Mahmud II asked Muhammad Ali Pasha for help, but Muhammad Ali Pasha refused, citing the distance of the road, the extensive damage to his navy in the Peloponnese, and the worn-out army. After the Treaty of Adrianople was signed following the war, Muhammad Ali Pasha requested the governorships of Crete and Syria, which were promised to him for the Peloponnese campaign. However, Muhammad II didn't give him these governorships and plotted against Muhammad Ali Pasha. According to the plan, the governor of Syria, Muhammad Ali Pasha, would be sent to Egypt and eliminated on the pretext of an event occurring in Egypt. However, Muhammad Ali Pasha was informed of the plan and took action to seize Syria and disrupt the plan. He sent an army of 24,000 people under the command of his son Ibrahim Pasha against Akrit governor Abdullah Pasha, and the Egyptian army occupied all of Syria until the middle of 1832. Mahmud II declared Muhammad Ali Pasha as a rebel and sent his army against him. However, the Egyptian army under the command of Ibrahim Pasha inflicted a heavy defeat on the Ottoman army on July 29, 1832. After this victory, Muhammad Ali Pasha sent a message to Mahmud II and offered to stop the war on the condition that Syria be given to him. Mahmud II rejected the proposal and sent a new army against the Egyptian forces in Konya. However, the Ottoman troops were devastated by the regular and modern Egyptian army trained with European techniques, and 30,000 Ottoman soldiers lost their lives in this war. However, when Mahmud II realized that he couldn't suppress the uprising, he asked for help from the European states. Although the Ottoman Empire was weakened, the territorial integrity of the empire was an important factor for the European balance. The European states agreed to help the Ottomans by sending a navy, an army of 5,000 men, to Istanbul in 1833. England and France also exerted diplomatic pressure on Muhammad Ali Pasha and forced him to stop his advance. As a result of these pressures, Muhammad Ali Pasha signed the Convention of Kütahya with the Ottoman Empire on May 5, 1833. In return for the convention, Kaval Ali Muhammad Ali Pasha was given the governorship of Egypt and Crete, as well as the governorship of Syria, and his son Ibrahim Pasha was given the governorship of Jeddah. However, the treaty didn't please both sides, and the atmosphere of the mutual distrust continued. In addition, Mahmud II was upset by the rebellion and its consequences, and wanted to take back the concessions he had made. He believed it was possible to teach Muhammad Ali Pasha a lesson and save the state's honor. On the other hand, Muhammad Ali Pasha wanted more land and opportunities from the Ottomans, leading both sides to prepare for a new war. By 1838, rumors spread that Muhammad Ali Pasha would declare independence. In 1839, Muhammad Ali Pasha declared independence as the situation turned against the Ottoman state due to the military preparations and diplomatic initiatives. Mahmud II then started a war by bringing the Ottoman armies under the command of Hafiz Pasha into Syria. The Ottoman army and the Egyptian army under the command of Ibrahim Pasha met in Nizif on June 24, 1839. Prussian staff officers advised the Ottoman army to attack immediately since they were in a position to defeat the Egyptian army, but the religious authorities in the army prevented the attack by declaring that the attack on Friday was not in accordance with religion. The next day, Prussian officers recommended a night raid, but the religious authorities said that a sudden raid at night would not befit the Sultan's glory. Meanwhile, the Egyptian army surrounded the wings of the Ottoman army and prepared to attack. Helmut von Moltke advised Hafiz Pasha to retreat over Birecik and escape the siege, but Hafiz Pasha rejected the offer as he considered retreating to be dishonorable and didn't move from his place. When the Ottoman army hesitated for a long time to attack or retreat, the Egyptian army started a sudden attack, and Hafiz Pasha and his army were almost destroyed by the Egyptian army within 4 hours. Meanwhile, Sultan Mahmud II died on July 1, 1839. And his 16-year-old son Abdülmecid became the new Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. When Abdülmecid realized he couldn't win against the Egyptian army, he offered peace only if the Egyptian governorship would be passed down from the father to son. The Ottoman Empire, along with England, Russia, Austria, and Prussia, signed a treaty in London on July 15, 1840. According to the agreement, the Ottomans accepted the inheritance of the governorship of Egypt from father to son and gave the governorships of southern Syria and Acre to Muhammad Ali Pasha. Muhammad Ali Pasha was given 10 days to accept the proposal. If he didn't accept within 10 days, the governorships of Acre would be taken away, and if he didn't accept within 20 days, the governorship of Egypt would be taken from him by force. However, Muhammad Ali Pasha didn't recognize any of the resolutions of the treaty, taking assurance that France would not join this treaty. As a result, the Ottoman Empire declared him a rebel and took back all duties on him. The Ottoman, British, and Austrian joint navy besieged the Syrian coast and landed troops in Lebanon. On the other hand, an Ottoman army advancing from the north defeated Ibrahim Pasha's forces and forced them to withdraw from Syria. While these military developments were taking place, the Ottoman Empire declared the Imperial Edict of Reorganization on November 3, 1839. France couldn't anticipate that the Ottoman armies would act so quickly and that the forces of Muhammad Ali Pasha would deteriorate, so they couldn't take action. Because of this situation, France changed sides and sided with Ottomans. On November 27, 1840, the British Navy came to Alexandria and Muhammad Ali Pasha had to accept the agreement. The Egyptian government issued an edict on February 13, 1841, in which the governors of Egypt were to be appointed by the Ottoman Sultan from among the descendants of Muhammad Ali Pasha. The laws of the Ottoman state would also be applied in Egypt. Taxes will be collected on behalf of the Sultan, with some of the taxes sent to Istanbul every year. The Egyptian army wouldn't exceed 18,000 people, and senior officers would be appointed by the Ottoman state. The treaties made by the Ottoman Empire would be valid for Egypt as well. If these conditions weren't respected, the privileges granted to Egypt would be null and void. With this edict, Egypt became a province with an autonomous status under the Ottoman Empire. Kaval Ali Muhammad Ali Pasha continued to live in Cairo until the end of his life and died in 1849. After this date, although Egypt seemed to still be part of the Ottoman Empire, the Kaval Ali dynasty, which lasted until 1914, was ruled by the British. After the start of the First World War in 1914, Egypt was handed over to British by the Kaval Ali dynasty. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.